Now, you know that in the first semester we discussed the paper that is energy and environment. So, in the same way, in the second semester, it is about the applied chemistry. So, first of all, in this applied chemistry paper, we will start from the unit 6, that is the water technology. So, water technology means to convert the wastewater into the pure water by the help of various technologies or the methods. It means, first of all, you know that due to the increasing industrialization or due to the increasing population, the demands of water supply are continuously increasing. Then again, you know that the considerable part of this limited quantity of water is polluted by the sewage, industrial waste, or the wide variety of the synthetic chemicals, and that's why, in order to convert all this wastewater into the pure water, there are the large number of the technologies are available that we are going to discuss in this unit, that is the water technology. First of all, you know that the one of the basic necessities of the life is water. Water is essential for the survival of any form of life. It is vital for the life and it is abundantly available on our planet. Then you know that the living things exist on the earth because this is the only planet that has the presence of water. Then water is necessary for the survival of all the living things, be it is a plant or it is an animal life or any living organism. Then you know that the pure water is colorless, odorless and tasteless, which is very important for the survival of all the type of life on the earth. That is, we can say if there is water, then there is life, or water is nature's most wonderful, abundant and the useful compound found in the earth. So, without food, human can survive for the number of days as you know, but without water, it is impossible to survive. That is, water is such an essential element that without it, any living organism cannot survive in the nature. Now, the one of the very important thing is that whether the water is one of the most abundant commodities in nature, but it is also the most misused one. That is, you know that the surface of the earth is largely covered by the water and the ice, and therefore the earth is looks as a blue planet from the sky. Although the Earth is a blue planet and the 80% of its surface is covered by the water, but the hard fact of the life is that about 97% of this water is locked in the oceans and the sea, which is too saline to drink and for the direct use for the agricultural or for the industrial purpose. Then the 2.4% of this water is trapped in the polar ice caps or in the glaciers. Then more than 1% is only used by the men for the various developmental activities or the industrial activities or for the agricultural, steam generation or for the domestic use. Then you know that the water covers approximately three-fourths, that is 75% surface of the earth. Then again you know that the water is present in the surface, in the subsurface and in the atmosphere in all its forms, which is collectively called as the hydrosphere, in which the surface water makes up the major part of the earth water supplies. Then the subsurface water consists of the groundwater, including the soil moisture, while the atmospheric water present the water vapor and the precipitation, that is the rain or the snowfall. Now, the important thing is that the availability of this water supply in terms of both the quality and the quantity is essential for its use or the consumption for the different purpose, like the human use or the crop production in the agricultural field or in the industries or etc. Now, you know that there are the various applications of this water in the various fields, like it is an important material in the steam generation as a coolant, then it is a medium in the chemical industries, in the power plants also, then it is a heat transfer medium also and used in many industries on a large scale like the sugar, textile or paper industry or the food processing industries or etc. Then you know that the water for the industrial purpose needs to be given through the treatment to remove all the impurities or the salts or colloidal matter or suspended matter or the impurities. So this water needs to be treated first of all by the help of various methods that are included in this water technology. So one thing you understand that in the industries or in the other field we require the pure water for the various processes because the wastewater which contains the impurities destroy all the chemical processes in the industries, and that's why first of all we treat the water in order to remove all the impurities and then we will supply it in the industries. So in the same way, you know that up to 60% of the human body is water, and therefore the quality of the water we drink is also very essential. It means the drinking water should be clean, pure and free from any type of the disease causing microorganism, and that's why it should be properly treated and disinfected before using it for the drinking purpose. So the main purpose of the water treatment or the water technology is to make available in the large scale the quantity of the water and also to provide the healthy water. Or overall, we can say that since the pure water is essential in every field of the life on the earth, like for the drinking purpose, for the industries, for the agricultural field, or etc., and that's why it is very essential to convert the wastewater or to remove the impurities from the wastewater and to convert it into the pure water, because you know that the water is present in the limited quantity on the planet, and that's why there are the large number of the methods are available to convert this wastewater into the pure water that are included in this unit, that is the water technology. Now, before discussing the various types of the technologies or the methods to convert the wastewater or to treat the wastewater into the pure water, it is essential to discuss the various types of the sources of water. So, in general, this natural water is divided into the three categories, that is the rainwater, the surface water, and the underground water. Now about the rainwater, you know that it is one of the purest form of the natural water. However, it gets contaminated with the atmospheric gases which are present in the atmosphere, like the carbon dioxide or the sulfur dioxide or the hydrogen disulfide or etc., and some of the dust also. So the dissolved gases are can be easily removed by the boiling the rainwater or by the aeration followed by the deaeration. And for the suspended dust impurities, the separation or the filtration is necessary. However, one thing you know that for the industrial applications or for the other uses of the water, it is not usually feasible to use the rainwater and the sea water, because you know that the rainwater is irregular in supply and generally expensive to collect. Then secondly, you know that the sea water are too saline for most of the industrial applications, and that's why there are the other major sources of the water for these uses of the water, like the surface water. So, as we discussed, the first type of the source of water, that is the rainwater. So in the same way, the second type is the surface water. Then again, the surface water is classified into the three types, that is the flowing water, the still water, and the third one is the sea water. Then again, there are the certain properties of the lake water, like the composition of the lake water changes seasonally. Then it contains the dissolved minerals, gases, and the organic matter with the suspended and the colloidal impurities also. Then the amount of these impurities in this still water, that is the lake water, is lesser than the underground water. However, you know that since it is not the flowing water and therefore the various kinds of the algae, aquatic plants or the microorganisms are also present in it. Then, this lake water contains the fine impurities or the mud in suspension which does not easily settle because it is very lighter in weight, and that's why it is removed by the help of coagulants. Then its hardness is usually high and can cause the serious scale formation in the boilers. So this hardness and this scale formation are we will discuss in the later topics in detail. Then, the second type of the surface water is the sea water, which is one of the most impure form of the natural water. You know that the river joins the sea, and that's why it throwing the vast quantities of the impurities in the sea. Then, the seawater contains about 3.5% of the dissolved salts, out of which the NaCl, that is the salt, is major. Then, the salts of potassium, magnesium, or calcium, or etc., are also present in it in the dissolved form as the sulfates, or nitrates, or chlorides, bicarbonates, or etc. Then again, there are the various properties of the river water, like it is one of the flowing form of the surface water, and that's why it takes up the various soluble impurities from the ground and also the water soluble gases from the air. Then the greater the contact of this flowing water with the solids, the more is the minerals quantity in the river water. Then it also contains the suspended, colloidal, and the biological impurities. Then basically, this type of the river water is fairly constant in the composition and generally clear and colored brown. Then it is slightly acidic due to the presence of the dissolved carbon dioxide and due to the presence of the weak organic acids, which renders it corrosive. Then, although its hardness is low, it also causes the scale formation in the boilers. Now you know that we discussed the three types of the water sources. The first one is the rainwater, the second one is the surface water. So in the same way, the third type of the water source is the underground water. So first of all, you know that when the water flows on the ground, a part of it percolates in the ground and dissolving various minerals during the percolation. Thus, the underground water is in the form of wells, springs, bores, or contains large quantities of the minerals which are dissolved in it. Then, generally the underground water is free from the suspended colloidal impurities and is almost free from the dissolved gases and the microorganisms. Then, the underground water is clear in appearance because of the filtering action of the soil and the porous rocks, but it contains the more dissolved salts. Then basically this underground water is better for the drinking purpose if its hardness is in the range of 150 to 250 ppm, but it requires the treatment for the industrial use. Then the average composition of the deep well water is the pH 7.5, silica content is 15 milligram per liter, the dissolved solids is 400 milligram per liter, and the alkaline hardness is 200 milligrams CaCO3 equivalent per liter. Then the very important thing is that this underground water causes the hard scale formation if used in the boilers because of the high silica content, and the most of the hardness is in the form of bicarbonates or the temporary hardness. So, till now, one thing you understand that water is very essential for the survival of the living organisms or for the various other applications. Then you know that since the water is present in the limited quantity and the demands are increasing continuously, that's why it is very essential to treat the water or to convert the wastewater into the pure water or to remove the impurities from the wastewater. So that's why in order to treat the water, there are the various types of the technologies are available. Then you know that before discussing the various types of the methods for the treatment of the wastewater, first of all we discuss the introduction about the water technology. So first of all you know that there are the various types of the sources of water are available in the nature, like the first one is the rainwater, the second one is the surface water which is again classified into the various types, and the third one is the underground water. So now the next point in the introduction is the impurities which are present in the water. So these impurities are broadly classified into the four types. The first one is the dissolved impurities, the second one is the colloidal impurities, the third one is the suspended impurities, and the fourth one is the biological impurities.